Simon Mannering leading out this New Zealand side at a very noisy Suncorp Stadium now. Support here not exactly split 50-50, but enough New Zealand voices out there to make them feel at home. It's a familiar face for Australia, Cameron Smith. Greg Inglis just behind him, but a lot of unfamiliar faces in this particular Australian side here tonight. It's an Australian side in transition. 4 debutants in their starting 13, Mansour, Walker and Tupu. 3 of them in the three-quarter line, Aaron Woods the prop, and 1 new boy on the bench as well in the Sydney Roosters, Aidan Guerra. New Zealand have a late call-up in Gerard Beale on the wing. He's a late replacement for Watene Zelezniak, who suffered a foot injury in the week. Isaac Luke still suspended. Thomas Luluai plays at 9, and Sean Johnson at 7, the man who broke English hearts in the 80th minute of the World Cup semi-final last October. If England thought that Samoa offered a tough test, then these two provide a real lift in the challenge that's ahead for England. New Zealand and Australia come head-to-head. They're the bookies' favourites to meet again in the final. So there might be a moral victory or two to be had here tonight. High kick from Cooper Cronk. First test of the night for New Zealand, which has been failed because Australia have possession back again. And a real attacking position in the opening 2 minutes. Cherry Evans goes from dummy half here. Has a look at that line of New Zealand defenders. He decides that a bigger man might have a better option. Aaron Woods will play it. Quick hands again, and Australia, through Beau Scott, are in for their very first try of the night with just over 2 minutes on the clock. They might be a side in transition, but they're picking up where the Kangaroos always seem to have left off, with a very impressive start.
Well, to get this ball, Dave, through the pinpoint accuracy of the Australian halves. If you look, Cooper Cronk, he's renowned for the way he kicks and how clinical he is with his kicking game. But have a look at the execution here. Starts from dummy half. Body's in motion, but he hits the front plate, which we call the lead. He's got a fullback out the back, which they're worried about. The great Inglis, the big, tall presence out the back. They go short to the back rower and Beau Scott. And he creates that one-on-one situation. Body's in motion, timing, execution at the best.
Cameron Smith, the redoubtable Cameron Smith. Undoubtedly the rock on which this particular Australian side is built, with a chance to turn this perfect start from a 4-point lead into 6. And that trusty left boot of his in Suncorp Stadium gives Australia just the start they wanted. 6-0. Mannering gets the pass away. New Zealand offering a threat on the fringes.
New Zealand are very keen on shifting to this right-hand side. You've got 2 young Australians making their debut, Mansour and Walker. Test them out early, especially from coming out of yardage.
Kiwi goes the raucous chant, and it might just lift, because that's a terrific kick. I don't think it was a 40-20. I think it was beyond the 40-metre line.
Well, they're saying
it was a 40-20.
They're saying it is a 40-20. Don't forget, a 40-20 constitutes you must kick it inside your 40. There's a red line. You must kick it inside that, and you have to kick it in the opposition 20.
Well, my mistake.
That's why it's a 40-20. It's way inside the 40.
Miles inside, wasn't he? Yeah.
And
miles inside the 20. Best opportunity that New Zealand have had so far tonight, but it is still very early stages. 12 minutes play. Luluai spinning it left, a big ball over the top, and it's going to be caught and scored here by Jason Nightingale in at the corner. though the referee, Phil Bentham, is offering this one upstairs.
He's known for his theatrics, Nightingale, the way he puts the ball down, but this is pretty simple. He wants to make it look harder. Oh, there's no one near him. Does he need the theatrics? No one is near him. He just has to put it down. He's thinking about the double, triple roll. Get the ball down. Wow.
Well, he's just about got away with it, hasn't he?
Well, you must have downward pressure, and you must still have a finger or a pinky on the ball. So I would say this may constitute still a try, but there's a lesson to be learned here. He is absolutely kicking himself.
Here we go. Here we go. Decision pending. No try. So Ian Smith has seen enough in that to overturn the original decision, and New Zealand have absolutely spilt a dead cert try here.
Well, Kieran Foran comes up with a money ball here. He's nailed the pass. He's beaten the Australian before. You can't do that. Not at this level.
Nightingale knows he's got some making up to do for his side tonight. Penalty.
That's too long, Greg.
Greg Burgess hanging on too long, the referee says. Well, it's a good spell of pressure here from the Kiwis, isn't it, in terms of having the ball in their hands?
Oh, this is quality rugby league. There's both sides of the park, defensively and attacking-wise. To score a try at this level, you've got to execute good, and you've got to build pressure. And they're getting that at the moment, New Zealand.
Let's back up one. Back up straight goal.
Here's Mannering, captain's example in terms of taking it in first. And the platform is set, 10 out, Luluai, inside again, shuffling, strong effort from Blair. Diving in and put down, wants to play it quickly. Luluai waits, there's a man in the middle there. Here comes forward with a short pass, it's Bromwich is going to be held up, but within sight of where he wanted to be. Luluai. Foran. Johnson. Back it goes to Hiku. Luluai with 2 tackles to go. Hurling it. Johnson. And now the effort by Proctor. Proctor doesn't quite get there, does he? Well, the referee's not sure.
Time off.
Phil Bentham.
Tackle 4.
Well, he says try here. He reckons Proctor got there, and I think that news might come as a bit of a surprise to Kevin Proctor.
Proctor reckons he's got there. He's nodding.
There's plenty of bodies around it. Oh, that's a try. On the line. On the line is a try. So
That's
on the line
try.
constitutes, that is a fair try. Swivels, turns, smack bang on the white line.
New Zealand have their names on the scoreboard. Spilled one opportunity, no spilling the second. Kevin Proctor with the score.
Sustained pressure always wins out. And you look at there, he's trying to get the smaller man, Dale Cherry-Evans. He's their 4-man in defence. He's their half, the small man. A big man on a small man. He ricochets out. They can't get control. He swivels and turns. Try.
Sean Johnson with a chance to bring New Zealand back level again. Struck it well enough. Right over the black dot, and New Zealand are back level again at 6 points apiece with 18 minutes play.
Goal first. Second. Release now. Wait.
Cameron Smith at dummy half. Woods will take it forward again here. Moving towards and hits that 40-metre line. Wants to get the legs free. There was a second effort there, which has given Australia the penalty.
It's a lack of discipline, that. You got a team down in their half. It's a really poor action. Referees are really hard on anyone who makes second effort in the tackle to slow the play the ball down.
Josh Papali comes on, New Zealand born, but Australian representative.
Well, weren't him and Jason Taumalolo in the same junior Kiwis for a number of years? And they both came over at the same time. One went to Canberra, and obviously Taumalolo went up to North Queensland, and different coloured jumpers tonight.
There's a lot of cross-pollination, isn't there, in International Rugby League. Daly Cherry Evans could have played for England, couldn't he? I think he was asked to play for England at one stage because of his mum. Here's Papali. First touch for him, has taken it within 9 yards. Picked up a dummy half by Cameron Smith. Move left to Cooper Cronk, who thought he saw a way through, but it closed quickly. The tackle from Proctor, denying his moment of glory, but for dummy half, the reach. The big man's there. GI, Greg Inglis, claims the try and gets the try. And it was sheer size and determination that took him there.
Anytime this man gets the dummy half, you got to send up the amber flares. In fact, send a red flare up, because if he's there, he's going to do one or two things. He's going to take you on. Simon Mannering complaining here about something that might have gone on at the play of the ball, but Dean Farre is there and Greg Inglis is there and nobody's paid attention, and that's too hard for Adam Blair to try and deal with. Greg Inglis is too big, too strong for two blokes there, so you've got to talk about that when you're on your goal line defence.
So here's Cameron Smith to give Australia that 6-point lead again. Well, he's dependable, he's very dependable, and Australia back out in front at 12 points to 6. 20 yards out, 6 tackles to play with. Here comes Johnson, delivering it eventually to Hickey. Clattering challenge on the New Zealand full-back. Nightingale. Out to his right-hand side, and the familiar figure of Greg Eastwood. Just barrelling it forward again, and Luluai saunters into position at dummy half. And it's another big man who's going to have a go here in Adam Blair, who carries it strongly. Australian defenders hanging on here. In fact, it was Tamalolo, wasn't it, who had that go. Here comes Johnson with a short pass, and he's there again. Proctor, but it's a forward pass that got him there.
Wow.
Passes forward.
Now New Zealand can play, but they've been over the whitewash 3 times now, and only once has it counted. And this time it's a forward pass that denies them.
He was really strong on this call early, the Englishman Bentham, and that is forward.
Well done, the officials. We call them a lot of times, but that's forward from Johnson. He had to reach back to catch it with that ball forward.
Topo. Luluai. Johnson. Inglis underneath it. Foran's way was blocked before he could get there, but Inglis has dropped it. Dropped it. New Zealand back in position. Well, there have been a cluster of unlikely mistakes inside their own half by Australia now. Can New Zealand make them pay? Lewis Brown is on at dummy half. Eastwood again, has to go back from whence it came. Off he goes, does Brown. Brown with a dummy. Lewis Brown is over. What an impact he's had. It's been a day for the dummy halves. And Lewis Brown of the Penrith Panthers scoring a try for New Zealand that gets them right back in it again.
How many have we seen from today? How many times do we see this? Greg Inglis spilled the ball. Good kick pressure from Foran, chasing his own kick. Then Lewis Brown just takes off. Cameron Smith beats Hoffman. Corey Parker at dummy half. How many tries have we seen from dummy half?
We've seen too many. Sometimes people think, how easy is that? But it doesn't happen in our game very often. But when it happens, someone's got to have vision to see the space. And if you look there was a man lying on the ground, a man not set at marker, so that gives him the cue. He needs to run, and he takes it great. I don't want to put the Jonah on Johnson, but the goal kicking in this tournament, these 2 games today, has been outstanding.
I think there's only been 1 kick missed in either game so far. Sean Johnson looking to keep that record up. Johnson just rolls forward and strikes it well. It is 2 out of 2 for him. Both sides locked together at 12 points apiece. Some hard yards need to be earned here. Cameron Smith. Nowhere to go for Corey Parker. So on the 30-metre mark, they have to try a kick. Cronk and Foran colliding, but it was all fair and square. Yeah, it's taken by Hiku.
It was good kick pressure from Foran. They've been doing that really well.
Greg Inglis clearly not on the field, but
Wow.
in the dressing room still getting some treatment.
Well, Dale Cherry Evans is not coming back, guys.
Not in those shoes.
No.
Oh, Eastwood with a terrific break here. Run right through the middle of that Australian defence. Walker has to make the tackle.
Who was with him? Nobody.
Unbelievable break. Here's Foran. Well, they've still got a couple of tackles up their sleeve here, New Zealand, and they are pressing hard. Johnson with a kick. The ricochet is good, and Sean Johnson will claim the try. Phil Bentham confirms. What a start to the second half by New Zealand. Australia are just a little rattled here now.
I don't think it's so much their rattle. I just think the pressure they're building. If you watch here, the kick, there's no fullback, and it's a fullback that's exposed because Inglis is off the field.
Sean Johnson to give New Zealand a lead of 6, and over it goes. 12 to Australia, 18 for New Zealand. 8 minutes of the second half play.
And my comment on the back of that, it will be quite simple. Here goes Eastwood. Off he goes. Straight through. Where's everybody? I don't want to go. I don't go this far on my holidays. That is a great ricochet for Johnson to step.
See, inexperienced fullback, really deep. He can't control anything.
Australia, a team in transition, we're told. And now, from that team, missing Daly Cherry Evans and Greg Inglis at the moment, must look to their leaders to inspire from here. It's New Zealand who are providing the inspiration at the moment. Here's Proctor. He's led by personal example throughout the evening.
He's a good player.
Brown. Johnson. Harris held up, but only 20 metres away. Still a couple of plays to go. Down the blind side they go. Foran with a pass to Mannering, who came on hard, but he stopped just as hard. So here's the last. It's going to be a kick, surely. It is from Foran, who sends it spinning to that right-hand side. Farray's got up there and scores! Dean Farray winning the aerial battle. Phil Bentham's having a word with his touch judge. Should I give it? He's not sure.
Time off.
It has still to be confirmed here.
We're going try.
He says try.
Check the grounding, please.
But what about the grounding?
Well, I think he's just a little bit worried here. He may have put it on the leg of an Australian player, but you talk about the kick was a flat kick, so he was able to get there. They're all onside. That won't be a problem at all. It's a flat kick. They've tried to kick it around the 3-man because their wing is very tall, Australia. You know, it's going to be a try, but he's got to go and check this anyway. Oh, wow, what a jump. Two-hand catch.
Is that what it was about? Okay, then.
Does he get it? He doesn't get it on his knees. Got to get it down there. Yeah, that's a try. And he's set a try. So even if you couldn't see the ball, it would have to be a try because he's ruled a try. You favour with the decision by the referee.
There it is, confirmed. New Zealand supporters in this crowd cannot believe what they're watching at the moment. Johnson to add another 2 if he can. There's been talk of an Australian evolution in their camp. We might be witnessing an International Rugby League revolution if this carries on, because New Zealand lead by 24 points to 12. 47,813 inside this magnificent stadium tonight, including a few old faces, the 1994 Kangaroos, who are enjoying themselves.
I don't think that's called enjoying themselves, Dave.
Here comes Nightingale. It's the outside backs who are taking on the heavy duty at the moment. Bromwich. Away goes Brown.
They got a bit of sting in their stride, haven't the Kiwis? They sense this one, don't they?
Johnson sends it high. Walker has to run backwards. He doesn't know where it's going. Cronk has it knocked out of his hands. It's all over the place. It's picked up and it's scored by Gerard Beale. There's going to be a question in the air. There is. because there was so much that went on before Beale touched it down. But the naked eye suggests that is a try. Shoulder charge is the only question here.
Well, I think there's plenty of other things to look at too here at the moment, because it's a great option straight away for the referee, go to the video ref, because it was like a pinball machine. The ball was rocking everywhere. They're all onside. You just got to check on the inside, guys, that they stay inside the 10. They're the blokes on the left-hand side of the kicker, because you must be behind the kicker, and if you are in front, you must stay 10 metres away from when the player catches the ball. Now, this is a spiral bomb. So these guys now are onside. No, there's a shoulder charge there. This could put it in doubt. You aren't allowed a shoulder charge in rugby league. You must use your arms with the shoulder. Now, and he's in the air, and you'll find, I think this will get ruled out because of that shoulder charge there. And when a player's in the air, you can't tackle him mid-air. This will get ruled out pretty quick, guys.
They were in a place they couldn't believe just a few moments ago, New Zealand, but now they're brought back down to earth because it is no try. Here's Parker.
Second release.
24 minutes left to play.
That's a long time.
I was going to say, there's still time enough for Australia to turn this right around. Smith. Here's Kronk. Oh, he just almost feigned his way through. Smith again. He's looking for a big effort down the middle here. Well, they're going no further than that. Here comes the final tackle, the final effort from Australia in this set. It's slow, so New Zealand are ready. Cameron Smith out of dummy half. The little chip is caught again, and off he goes. Kieran Foran.
That's his second slip catch, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Been in the right place at the right time tonight, Kieran Foran.
It's getting a bit hairy.
I'm not sure if the referee needed to stop the play here, because there wasn't any fists thrown. He pushes him here, Foran.
Oh, was that a punch? Or was it just a slap on the arm?
Slap.
New Zealand come again with the wind in their sails. Jesse Bromwich with the offload. What about that for handling? So Harris doing well, getting it away. Johnson, time to look around. All the time in the world, it seems. Here's Farah. Tommy Lulai's back on the field. Lulai. New Zealand, handling is terrific. Johnson with a pass away. Harris rides the tackle, then gets it out to Farah. Farah coming back to the middle. Farah's lost it, has he? Farah has lost it. Referee's got a decision to make here. It says it was a knock-on.
Well, they can complain all they want. They had a great opportunity here to draw and pass. Johnson gets to the overs. Pass. That's it. And they lost an opportunity. I think they score there.
Here's Kronk. There's a dummy shown. Robbie Farah. They're looking wide, but not finding any purchase just at the moment. Still tackles in the back here, Australia. The try would do wonders for their confidence, I'm sure, and their poise as Papali drives it in. Smith. Parker. It's a stretch and a catch from Farah. Again, the Aussie defence, the New Zealand defence having to move up quickly because Australia offering a threat out there, but Guerra's going to be held on to. And here comes the last play. Kronk with a kick. He was tackled as he kicked it. Down it comes. They've let him go up there. Australia has spilled it. New Zealand have it back again. Beale excited to have the ball in his hands. Well, they can't afford to lose this fella, can they? In the circumstances they find themselves in. Square in the ribs.
Now, with 13 minutes to go, they're finishing strong here at the moment.
One, move, Greg.
On the back of a very good kicking game where they start.
It's just the size they've got in their team, you know, they're just
100%.
rocking and rolling forward, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, two.
Luluai
Cameron,
looking left, here's Mannering.
Third, move now. Hold. Gordon, go back to the ball. 4.
Couple of
Release.
tackles left in this set. New Zealand still inside their own half. Luluai gets it up, and here's a fella who knows
5.
only one way.
Move, Corey.
Eastwood.
Hold.
It's a very, very slow play the ball, but back it comes to Johnson, who sends it high again here. Foran advancing quickly. Oh, Walker's dropped it again, and New Zealand pick it up again, and New Zealand score again, and New Zealand might just have won the game. Jason Nightingale this time, no mistakes. But look at this, the referee still wants a definitive answer here. Put your Kiwi celebrations on hold. Foran might have been offside here on the chase and might have been within the 10. That for me is the question.
Oh, let's have some pity on the fullback from Australia. If this had a roof on it, it would have hit the top of the roof. Now, is he onside, Brian? It's over on the left-hand side there. You've got to remember, I think when he touches the ball, the Australian fullback, they are out of the picture anyway. Oh, gee, it's going to be a fine line here. Nightingale gets the ball down clean, which he didn't in the first half.
I think Tupai, who reclaims the ball, might be offside in front of the kick.
I know where you're coming from there,
10.
Brian. If you're inside the 10, when the opposition player touches it, you've got to be outside the 10.
Well, the improvement in Nightingale is he got it down, hasn't they?
Here comes a decision. They're going to give this. Ian Smith is going to give this. It is a try for New Zealand. What are we witnessing here tonight? New Zealand beginning to run away with it. This Australian side in transition has been unable to live with them. And Tim Sheens cannot believe what he's watching here, I'm sure. Johnson looking to strike another hammer blow into the psyche of the Australian Rugby League. Here he comes from the touchline on a night when he's not missed one. He keeps up that 100% record. What about this? New Zealand 30, Australia 12.
Well,
Look how high this kick goes. And this is an experienced fullback, a centre in his debut, having pushed the fullback in the second half. But you've got to say, the desire is coming with the chase. There's more Kiwis in the frame when he drops the ball.
The stadium continues to empty very, very quickly.
Go first. Second, move some. That's it. Work back some. Hold on to.
Luluai.
Go back, go back.
New Zealand are searching for more here.
3.
And if
Release.
somebody is going to score again in this game, you put your money on it
Goal 3.
being the side in black. Bromwich. They're full of energy.
Release.
Australia hanging on for pride. Here's this fella again, Topa.
5.
He's been a dynamo in this second half.
Wait.
Luluai. Johnson with a drop goal. The ultimate insult if that had gone over. But it was wide. Just wide.
It's been a good performance by New Zealand, hasn't it? I
Yeah,
know there's been
well.
some circumstances behind Australia that's given them a bit of confidence, but she's still got to seal the win, and gee, they've done it well.
Could be the last set here. With 40 seconds left to play, I'm sure New Zealand will be looking for 5 safe drives and a kick to the touchline to finish off in fine style what has been a fantastic night from their point of view.
Hold on to, wait.
Certainly caused a fizz around the Rugby League international scene, hasn't it, what we've witnessed here.
Third. Move, Cameron.
Bromwich put down.
Wait for it, boys.
Luluai waits patiently at dummy half. Into the final 10 seconds. Back it goes, a drive forward. It's not often we say this, but Australia have been humbled on home soil. Their egos bruised in Brisbane. The Kiwis have flown tonight. They have won by 30 points to 12. Wow.